One can only imagine how many animals die every year in the wild from accidents. In extremely rare cases, there are people nearby who can help. And if it concerns cubs who are left without their mother for any reason, then their fate is predetermined. They are unlikely to survive on their own. But not in our story today. It has a happy ending. Let's get started. Two friends were walking through the woods on a sunny winter day. They enjoyed the beautiful nature and fresh taiga air. Suddenly, one of them stopped because he heard something. The other also stopped so as not to frighten away whatever it was they were hearing. A soft cry came from the bushes. At first, it was very difficult to determine what kind of creature was calling for help, but it was clear that something was in trouble. One of the guys took a stick and began to slowly make his way to the source of the sound. He quietly walked over to the bushes and carefully parted the branches with the stick. When he saw what was calling for help, he staggered back and turned pale. The second man ran to help, and he was also stunned when he saw what was sitting in the bushes. It turned out that it was a small tiger cub. A river flowed behind the bushes. At that time, it was completely frozen over, save for one small area where the cub had fallen through, just barely managing to keep itself from going under. The men stood there, thinking about what to do. If there was a tiger cub there, then somewhere nearby must be its mother, who, protecting her cub, could attack them. They frantically looked around and listened, but except for the floundering cub, nothing else could be heard. Then one of the guys carefully tried to free the baby tiger with the stick, but this only caused the cub to become even more frightened. So the other man took off his jacket, wrapped it around his arm, and reached out to rescue the animal. After several unsuccessful attempts, he managed to grab the tiger cub by the paw and pull him towards himself. The tiger rushed to thank its savior, but the men held it back with the stick because it could still inadvertently injure them in its excitement. After a while, the animal began to calm down. The men had to decide what to do next. It would be impossible to leave it alone there, as it would simply not survive on its own. So they decided to take it home and allow it to grow to a certain size before releasing it back into the wild. If they had not been in the right place at the right time, if not for the good heart and courage of those guys, then the poor little tiger cub would have been doomed to death. You can be proud of their deed. On that day, they proved that people's kindness works real miracles. Friends, if you see that someone is in trouble, do not pass by. Help the unfortunate creature. Perhaps even a small act can save someone's life. Bye-bye.